What's going on? It's Fizz. So, because I love you guys and I want to look out for people, I want to tell you about this is going to be a post update of my Mercury filling removal. I had it been for about a year, maybe a little over. And I was going to talk about my post update 2 months after, and I want to raise awareness and give you ways you can heal yourself from this, and I'm go over like a little description of what might go on. So I want to first thing I'll talk about is detoxification, and basically you have a bunch of methods of detoxification. One is going to be your skin, your pores, and one is your eyes, sometimes your nose, mouth, any openings on your body, basically, ears, and when you excrete feces matter, feces, and when you pee too. I don't know which one is the ultimate one, but those are your detoxification paths if you didn't know. And I'm here just to tell you where I'm kind of at, but this is more so what to do if you have this procedure. This is kind of going to be like a protocol, and you don't have to follow it in any form or at all, but you can take what you want from it. I would never, again, use chemicals, like all these chemical protocols. So this is a real protocol and a real one from experience and based on what I notice, and it's gonna evolve, and eventually I'm gonna feel better. And I was at my worst from these, the worst state ever, because they mess up everything. And I'll just go a quick list of things that happened to me. I can't think. My ability to think is non-existent. There's just no connection to the thought. So why sometimes I might space out, kinda, but just can't think of what I was gonna say next. I can't have a consecutive thought consistently and be on it. I'm kind of just doing it spontaneously in a way. It's real hard because you would have to experience it. Another thing, it's gonna mess up your kidneys, your adrenals. It's gonna just drain you basically if you have mercury fillings. It's gonna drain your whole body. It's gonna use up all your minerals, all your supplies, all your reserves. And this is why we'll get into why I recommend eating raw fats, the most nutrient dense things and the ones that absorb toxins. But just a list, I can't think. Of course, this is gonna make you depressed in a way and not have no energy. I wouldn't say I'm depressed, but I just can't think. I don't feel good at all. I don't feel right at all. And you will have a hope like you're never gonna heal. You definitely will. No problem. There's no question about it. Generally, I did feel better the first 2 weeks, but then it kind of got worse. And I think that's just because your body's trying to expose it, get rid of it. It's gonna be worse once you remove them. It will. It might not be right away, but it happens slowly. It gets worse, then it gets better. So yeah, inability to think, obviously. It messes up your whole digestive system. You won't be able to digest anything. It ran out my adrenals, so I couldn't even drink liquids, couldn't even drink water. How hard is that? You can't even drink water? Let me know next time you get chronic fatigue and you can't drink water or any liquids. What happens is it feels like it's bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. That's what it feels like. And when I drink water, water's like the worst. It really is. Up and down in here and up and down in here. It's just not going anywhere. It messes up your electrical meridian. For me, I'm an electrical person. I was not saying you aren't, but this is just me. And because it was back here, it messes up all of that, and then it drains your whole body of all of its energy, and it's poisoning, and you can't really heal until you remove it. So there was digestive stress I would say to the maximum. I felt I wanted to kill myself every day. I never wanted to ever kill myself, and it just felt like crap. And like I said, I wanted to die every day. I didn't want to do anything. I had chronic fatigue. I couldn't do anything even if I wanted to, but they kind of go hand in hand when you have energy. I wouldn't say I was depressed, but it just makes you feel like you can't do anything. And it's like the worst poison. You can't think. You don't know what to do. I don't remember anything. It's hard to tell everything because I'm still not fully there, and I'm recovering, and I can't say I don't remember all the things that I felt before. I do have glimpses of them, but they're just real subtle and small, very small secondly moments. So yeah, that's some of the stuff I dealt with. Honestly, it's the worst thing ever. So we're gonna get in how to recover from this. So like I said, your body, a lot of detoxification, especially when you sleep or rest, will come through the mouth. And I'll show you. See how my gums are inflamed? They've been inflamed, like really red. Yeah, and they've been this way ever since after they put the fillings in, because my body's fighting. And some people can deal with fillings because they have strong body. They have animal reserves and supplies built up in their body. They have the strong detoxification system. It depends how they were put in. Did you lose a piece? Did you swallow a piece? I did. It all depends on the person and their genetics. But slowly it is a poison, and it's illegal, and it's one of the worst things for you. Not to mention it's with other. And some people are just more sensitive. Everyone's different. And you can't see, like you can kind of see there. It's probably, it's more present on the other side. You see that redness? Like, it's like my gums are, it's worse than it was after they removed them in my mouth. But it had to be done. It needs to be done, and I recommend it to anybody. But they were what's the word? Profusely, I don't know. Just bleeding. P-R-O, whatever, I don't know the word. But they don't bleed only when I like touch them real hard or something. So, but it's my body, because when your brain detoxes, it goes through all your detoxification systems, but mainly through the mouth, especially if this was a mouth related thing. So that's why my gums are inflamed. Obviously my adrenals are down with the inflammation, so it's not regulating it, and it's not fighting this. They're down. There's nothing really to do. There's no other system to regulate the inflammation. And this is why I recommend using whole foods, not chemicals or chemistry. Well, just chemicals. You want to use foods because that's the main thing that's going to heal you is foods. What else is there? Really nothing. Whole foods, raw foods. So we're going to get into it. Of course, there's some additional things beyond diet. I would always keep hope and faith. So make sure you have faith in yourself, even though it feels like I wanted to kill myself multiple times. I've never woke up every day or couldn't go to sleep wanting to kill myself every day. And I never wanted to do that before in my life. So eating raw, I'm going to tell you, because I have other videos, but this is like a 2-month update, maybe even a little over, of what worked for me. We're already on 9 minutes, I didn't even say. Especially when you have anything in the mouth, again, raw animal fats are going to be essential when it comes to diet or food you're going to intake. Any fats. One that's really worked for me is raw milk. And if you can get your hands, there's two milks I had. The one I don't really like, so maybe find one that you like. Of course the lighting got really poop. But yeah, find raw milk, because it has everything you need. You could almost live off of raw milk, but it has everything, all the minerals, because it's a mineral deficiency is what's going to happen. It's minerals, and the minerals are super hard to get, and if your adrenals are down and compromised, you need them to work, then you need minerals to replenish. It's like a vicious cycle. It really is. Raw milk will have everything, so if you can tolerate dairy products, I wouldn't even say tolerate, if you like them and you can take them, they have to be raw though. If they're not raw, then it's fucking pointless. It's helped a lot. When I would drink the raw milk, it would make me just laugh. I would just feel super happy when I drank it, and I did notice a big improvement. And I mean a lot of raw milk, as much as you can fucking take. Big improvement with that. So, and I've also heard, but I've only ate a little bit of fish, not the biggest fan of it, but if you eat raw fish has a lot more minerals in it. You want to get wild caught, it can be expensive. So getting wild caught fish, and it's really, fish is really good. It's really hard for people to have any problem with fish at all, and it has a lot of minerals, though it's not my favorite tasting, and not that it has much to taste, but you want to eat it raw. Trust me, you want to eat it fucking raw. If it's wild, you have no problem. Make sure it was never frozen. You want it to be fresh. All your fats, you want it to be fresh, never frozen. You always want it. And you know, raw, pasture raised, whatever, if you can get it. Another thing that I've noticed, one night I was stayed up real late and the power went out, and I was outside and I had some eggs. They weren't even the best eggs. They might have been some cage-free eggs, whatever. But I recommend getting pasture eggs, local eggs. That would be the best for you. You want the yolk has to be orange. If you have an orange yolk, you're in good hands. When it comes to pasture eggs or eggs in general. The one night, and these were just some, you know, offbeat eggs, some eggs that weren't really good. I took 5 eggs. I've been eating a lot of eggs. Again, raw animal fat is essential. The one night I took like 5 eggs at night, real late at night, went to sleep, woke up the next day, and then I was like, I went stretching, and I didn't even eat anything or whatever, and I felt I could take deep breaths. I have really short breaths because of this. I can't, if I would take a long breath like I just did, I burp. So I can't even take long breaths. My whole system is down. My smell, my eyes, my hear, my nose, my feeling most of all. Everything's down. Everything. Of course, when something doesn't work, everything goes down, but there's different things. But your adrenals and your kidneys are what work and run the body. So when those are down, your experience of life is really diminished. So yeah, I woke up and I felt like, I was like, wow, I can actually breathe deep. I mean, I was stretching, but it doesn't even matter. It was the fact that I felt amazing when I woke up after I ate them raw eggs, and I would go to sleep right after. So raw animal fats, and the milk in the fish or any sea creature, they have a lot of minerals, all the minerals that you basically need, and they will replenish your teeth as when you get vicious gums like this, or bleeding, that is, and they'll replenish it because it's a mineral deficiency, and fish and raw milk will be the best. Again, other things you can look into, definitely raw eggs. People can get hands on those real easily. Raw butter would be really good. I'm not the biggest fan. Any raw dairy product and any raw fat, again. So yeah, and I don't have too much experience when it comes to the fish, but I am gonna get more into it. Again, it's a little bit, I'm gonna see, but it was recommended, And I did have some before, and I did feel better, I'm not gonna lie, but not very too much of it. It is expensive, and I don't really like fish, but in that aspect, if I had to, I would, and I'm going to get some oysters. Again, it is expensive and it could be hard to source, but you want to get wild and never frozen, not farmed. You don't want farmed. Okay, to get into the other aspect, other things to do that have helped me. Sorry this is a long video, but I like giving experience and not science. Don't base anything off science. The sweating is going to open up your pores, so saunas, hot showers, exercise, showering and the exercise, but profusely, I think that was the word I was looking for. Sweating is going to, you know, take the not the minerals, take the chemicals and the toxins out of your body. It's going to open up the pores. Getting sunlight, which is kind of goes with sweating, it's going to detoxify you in doing that. So working out has helped a tremendous bit, even though you would say I'm chronically fatigued. Yeah, but it actually helps a lot. I actually feel better when there's nothing in my body and I'm dehydrated, believe it or not, which I've been dehydrated, but it's because I can't really drink that much and I have to take in more of others. You are going to have to eat and your body's going to have to rebuild. The fat, especially in eggs, they will, fat in anything, but especially in eggs, will bind to the toxins, either store them so they're not active and then piss them out later or detoxify them later, or, you know, they'll just get rid of the things and they will heal you, and at the same time they will build you and restore you of what you need. Yeah, so the exercise, sweating, and then the diet, and then the raw fats, and having hope and faith that, you know, it will be better, because it will suck, you know what I mean? Some people are going to be worse than others, and it will suck. So, as of that, that's pretty much all I had to say. My update. It's weird. If I had to give my overall it's weird because I feel more drained than I do now, in a way. But I feel better and worse. I know it doesn't make sense, but it's weird. Like, I just feel better and worse. Another thing I would do, I guess, would be to cut out carbohydrates, because most likely anytime you have any problem, there's going to be a yeast infection somewhere in the body, and yeast pretty much primarily feeds off of carbohydrates. It's opportunistic, so feed off of anything. But I feel more foggy when I eat sugar, so though, like I said, I can't even tolerate it, but if I was to eat raw honey or something, or fruit, or a lot of it, which I did before, I feel way more worse, way more run down. So I would definitely avoid carbohydrates. I would eat whatever you're gonna eat, again, I would eat it raw. Yeah, and just take a rest if you need to, or to sleep that you need to. Like I said, it's weird, like, my body feels better, but my mind feels worse, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. It's really weird. Like, I can't even, because I do truly feel better, but at the same time I feel worse. I guess it gets worse before it gets better, and it definitely does suck. So maybe having someone to talk to about it that you really mess with and fuck with would be really beneficial, and seeing other people's experience and something to inspire you. So I hope this does that, and thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Let me know how you feel below. Tell your tall tale. Love to hear it. Give me a like if you liked the video. Dislike, up to you. And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Check out some of my other videos.